Oh, hello! Yo guys, what's going on? It's IpodappsEverywhere. First day back at school from Thanksgiving break. Oh, no. Anyways, alright, it's time for a case review. I know you guys love these. Sorry I didn't post a video last night. Something came up and I couldn't. So, anyways, this is gonna be an awesome case review on an awesomer case called the Impact Series for the iPod Touch 2nd generation. It is a silicone sleeve, and this is actually the box it came in. Very nice, simplistic, typical Otterbox design with a nice little, design on here. So very cool. Alright, so onto the case. So here we go. You notice, first of all, it's a very, very kind of thinnish silicone case, but don't let that fool you. Sorry, my English. Fool you. Alright, so let's just stick this on real quick. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is actually like one of my, I think gotta say, my second favorite silicone case on the market right now. Alright, so let's take a quick tour around the case. Over here we have a very nice home button, volume rockers, nice opening for your pin jack and your headphone jack, nothing on the left or right side. We have a simplistic Otterbox logo right there and a nice gaping hole for your Apple logo. Now on the back we actually have this very nice, very simplistic X design, which adds a lot more protection. I'll get to that in a minute. And on the front we have a home button which is actually protected, and we actually have a hole for your sensor. Now, onto the protection awesomeness of this case. So, as you can tell, it's actually kind of thin around the edges, but don't let that fool you because this X design actually acts as like a really, really thick layer while still keeping, a very stylish looking case. As you can see, the corners of this case are really well padded compared to the inner sides. So, when you drop it on its corner, you know that this case is really going to protect your iPod. I've dropped this countless times, and you can actually feel it when it's on the iPod kind of squish in on the corners, so you know that your iPod wow, I said that a million times. Alright, so you know that your iPod will be really protected well, from this case because of these really kind of thickish corners, which still keep the design element in play, but also add another layer of protection. Now let me show you what else you can do, what else is up in these corners. So they actually show you on the back of this case a new protection feature, which includes a mesh-ish looking kind of deal you got going on in the inside corner. You can see that. Which adds a little bit more space between your iPod and the case, which will add a little more cushion for when you drop your iPod, which is really, really great for protection. Now, let's get this back on here real quick. So overall, I love the protection factor of this case. Even though it's a very simple silicone case, I love the protection factor. It's got a very good protection. It's got very good protection for being just, a very kind of thinnish silicone case while still keeping a very nice design. So I like this. I like the X. I like this Otterbox. People say, cool, nice case. And I say, thanks. It still offers me a ton of protection. I don't actually say that, but, I'm thinking it in my head. Anyways, alright, so everything I like about this is pretty much, everything that keeps your protection. Oh, by the way, blah, 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 I forgot. If you notice, the case actually goes up to the very edges of your iPod screen, which is awesome, because then the sides of the chrome are covered, the top of your iPod's covered, the bottom of your iPod's covered, so you know that nothing up there or down here is going to get scratched besides your screen, which you should have a screen shield on anyways. So, let's take and also what I love about this is that when this is in your hand, it's not really going to slip at all because it actually, if you saw it before, it has this very nice fake, gravelly-ish textured sides, right there you can see it, which is very, very nice, and it gives you a very nice grip on your iPod, which is awesome. Now on to the things I kind of don't like about this case. They're not that many, but overall, I love the protection factor. Really, really great. Love the design. So it's a very good silicone case overall. I definitely recommend it. But I don't like the circle. What is that? I know you're like, I bought this case for protection. I bought this case. Well, I didn't buy it, but I'm getting a case for the protection factor plus a little design. So I understand that you're trying to I don't really know what Otterbox was thinking. I don't really know their thinking when they're doing this, but I kind of don't like it when my Apple logo and still, that's a bunch of chrome around the Apple logo when that is exposed to the elements, even though it's kind of embedded in the case, so nothing can really get into it unless you start poking it or something. But other than that, I really don't like that open hole. Maybe put a tiny thin, actually, I don't know, just cover that up or something. Personally, I don't like it when, it's kind of open like that. But overall, oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Buttons. Awesome job on the buttons. I'm actually able to click them, and I can feel the click, so it's like there's no case on it at all. Unlike the spec where it's kind of mushy feeling when you kind of click the buttons, here it's a solid click, which is awesome. Also another thing, you see there, it's kind of lifted up on the top here and also on the bottom, especially on the bottom. I don't know if it's just with mine or if it's if that's a really factory defect or something, but I don't it's, you know, it's kind of floating up there. It's not flush with the iPod, which is just, you know, I think just a silicone problem. Maybe it was my fault for bending it too much or something. I don't know. But overall, I definitely recommend this case. Remember, this is the iPod Touch 2nd Generation Impact Series from Otterbox. Go check out their website. Link will be in the description. Overall, very, very great silicone case. I definitely recommend it. Minus, you know, I just didn't like that hole. But other than that, it offers really, really good protection for being just, you know, just a thin silicone case. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this review. Catch you guys around in my next video. It's iPod Everywhere. Why does the focus keep on going in and out? So I can see you guys around. Hope you enjoyed this review. Yep, second time I'm saying that. See, look, focus is gone again. Hello. Jeez. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. Alright, yeah.